Did you notice it? Not the speech, not the event, not even the headlines afterward. The thing that caught my attention was a brief moment when Princess Leonor seemed more focused on the people around her than on the cameras pointed at her. And honestly, it made me wonder if we've been looking at her public appearances the wrong way. Because here's my question: what if the story isn't about avoiding cameras at all? What if it's about outgrowing them? Think about it. When Leonor was younger, every appearance felt like a media moment. Every photo became the story. But the closer she gets to her future role, the more I notice a shift. The attention seems to be moving away from image and toward responsibility. And that's a huge difference. Here's my hot take. The media often wants a photograph. A future queen needs to focus on the people standing behind the photograph. Those are not the same priorities. If you're new to Leonor's story, subscribe, I post every day. Now, this is where things get interesting. While Prince William and Catherine built their public image over many years, Leonor is growing into leadership in a social media era where every glance, smile, and reaction is instantly analyzed. Imagine living under that microscope. Honestly, I think most people would eventually stop performing for the camera too. Not because they're uncomfortable, because they're focused on something bigger. And if Mr. Beast teaches us anything about public attention, it's that audiences eventually connect more with authenticity than perfection. That's why I think the real conversation isn't whether Leonor looks directly at cameras. The real conversation is whether she's becoming more comfortable focusing on her role than on her image. And that's a fascinating transition. Because the hidden cost of leadership is that eventually you stop asking, "How do I look?" And you start asking, "What needs to be done? What have I learned from watching Leonor's journey?" Sometimes maturity isn't loud. Sometimes it appears in small moments that most people overlook. A glance, a gesture, a shift in focus, and those moments can tell us more than 100 headlines ever could. So let me ask you this. Do you think a future monarch should focus on maintaining a perfect public image, or should they focus on the responsibilities behind the image, even if it means attracting less attention from the cameras? Personally, I think that answer says a lot about what kind of leader someone is becoming.